Well, there's no doubt Meghan and Harry's bombshell Oprah interview was divisive. Many sympathised with the couple, while others poked holes in their story.
But there was one person so fired up over the couple's comments, he ended up quitting his job. And now, the former Good Morning Britain host Piers Morgan has broken his silence on that tumultuous week.
There was one shock revelation after another. Harry and Meghan's claims rocked the royal family, but not everyone was convinced their story added up.
I'm sorry, I don't believe a word she says, Meghan Markle.
Well, that's
I wouldn't believe it if she read me a weather report.
Polarising and outspoken, Good Morning Britain host Piers Morgan didn't hold back.
I'm sickened by what I've just had to watch. This is a 2-hour trash-a-thon of our royal family, of the monarchy, and it's all been done as Prince Philip lies in hospital. They basically make out the entire royal family a bunch of white supremacists.
After storming off set, then quitting his job, Piers is now revealing his truth, writing in the Daily Mail that he didn't believe Harry and Meghan got married in secret 3 days before their big wedding. Equally implausible was Meghan's insistence she never checked out Harry online. Piers also addressed Meghan's implication that Archie was barred from being a prince because of his skin colour, saying he's not a prince because technically the great-grandchildren of the monarch are not bestowed with titles prince or princess unless they're in the direct line to the throne. After quitting, Piers learned Meghan had made a formal complaint about his comments on air. Piers lamenting, "Sadly, this is where we've now arrived in society. The truth can be whatever someone decides it is. So Meghan Markle must be believed because it's her truth. And if you don't believe her, you're a racist."
ITV News Royal Editor Chris Shipp joins us now from London. Morning to you. Now, Piers Morgan writes that many others also believe Harry and Meghan's interview contained lies. What do you think the feeling is amongst the British public?
Well, look, we're used to hearing from Piers Morgan every morning here in the UK. He's been quiet for a few weeks, which is quite unusual for him, I have to say. And, you know, you were just playing some of the clips of him on that morning. I was actually sat at the end of the desk in Good Morning Britain on that day after staying up all night to watch that Meghan Markle interview with Oprah Winfrey. And I think Piers' point today is that he should have the right to express his opinion. If he doesn't believe Meghan, then he should have that right. And his belief is that free speech is a bigger issue here, and he shouldn't be accused of being racist just because he said he didn't believe some of the things she said.
Okay. Well, The claim they got married 3 days beforehand has been dispelled right from the start. Now, what about this great-grandchildren of the monarch aren't entitled to the prince and princess title unless you're directly in line with the throne? Is that correct?
Let me just explain that one. It is actually quite simple that if you're the grandchild of the monarch, so in other words, if you're Prince Harry or Prince William, you're the grandson of the Queen, then you automatically get called a prince or a princess and you're HRH. If you're the great-grandchild, then you don't, unless, of course, you're Prince George, because he's going to be a future king. So Archie was never going to get it. But what I think Meghan was saying to Oprah was that she was alleging that Buckingham Palace were trying to change it for the future. So for when Prince Charles becomes king, Archie will be a grandchild of the monarch. She was claiming, and we don't know this, but she was claiming that she thought they were changing it for the future.
Right. OK, because there was a lot in this. Remember that they took her passport and then she'd gone on all these other overseas trips, so they can't have taken a passport because she must have needed it. OK, Piers says a fan suggested he should be Prime Minister. Piers wrote, obviously it's a crazy idea. I mean, who on earth would vote for a polarising, scandalous journalist with a posh name who refuses to apologise for anything? Chris, would he make a Prime Minister?
Well, you know, if anyone in Australia doesn't know that our current Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, was a former journalist. He wrote for the Telegraph newspaper and the Spectator, and I think Piers was just alleging that why would anyone with a posh name who is a former journalist want to be a Prime Minister? Would he be a good Prime Minister? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, Koshi, you're probably better at answering this than me. Could you do Scott Morrison's job? I don't know. I mean, I personally, given the choice, I'd rather sit on the breakfast TV sofas every morning.
Yep, no, I'm with you. All right, Chris, thank you for that.